everybody, this is a short tutorial. We will see how we can animate a door. So first you can go to Blender, but before we go to the famous Polyheaven website, so if you don't know, I invite you to go there, and you can see a lot of materials that we can use also. So we will go to the wood and we will choose one that you can good for the pocket. So I will choose this one, but feel free to use another if you don't like this. Or maybe I will go to the other here. Not this one, maybe more this one. I will go for this one, but feel free to choose another one. So you can download. I recommend that you download in the low, so 1K is really good. And after, you can choose the format that you want. I will download that and I just come back after. Okay, we can start with the room and also with the door. So I will start with the door, but first we need to change the scene. For the units, we change the units to centimeters here. And after I have the dimension for the door, so I will put the correct dimension here. So M, and I know already what is the dimension. So for the Y, I need 2015 millimeter, and for the Z, I need 780 millimeter. And of course for the X we can change a little bit to have the thickness. So I will just inverse the two. So we need this value below, so I will just inverse to have the door in the correct place. So this is the dimension of the standard door. So I will just decrease the depth. So we decrease to 4 centimeters for the depth of the door, like this. So now we have the door, we can call that door. We need also the door handle, so I will do that just after. So now we have the door, it's okay. But I will add some bevel, so on the modifier, I will do add modifier, generate bevel, and we can reduce to 1 centimeter, for example, to have a little bit less, or 0.5, for example, 2 segments, seems okay, just to give a little bit depth on that. Okay, and after what we can do, we can put the door handle also, so it will be something really easy. We don't do that really complicated. So 1, 3, I take the snap, so the cursor I put here. We can press Shift A. I will add a cylinder here, so it will be good in the correct direction, so we can change the world to the view here. And as you can see, it's too big, so we need to dimension that a little bit like this. I will change the view because we don't see nothing here. And okay, and the depth, of course, we can change to 2 or 3 centimeters, for example. Okay, I just move on the X axis like this. I will go here, as you can see. Okay, I go to the front view to ensure that it's correctly placed. X like this. Okay, after we can do the last part of the handle, we will do, so I choose Shift A curve path, are aligned to the view here. So as you can see, it's here. So now we had that, we press tabs. So now what we can do, we can just adjust the curve here. So apply, sorry, like this, GY. So the goal, of course, is to put the points more near. This. Okay. We have a straight line, so I press tab, GZ like this, GX like this to put on the top. GX we can move like this. Okay. So now what we can do, we go to the front view. I just move X, sorry, a little bit in front like here. Okay, perfect. And after I take this point, I press G X to move back here like this. Okay, I take this bond G Y to move a little bit like this. Okay, I go to the front view, I take this point and I will achieve that to be more near, because the handle of the door is not so big normally. Okay, this is correct. And now we can add a circle. So I will add a circle here. So I press Shift A, curve, circle. In the view, align to view. It's too big, so I will reduce that like this. Like this, okay. And after I take the line, I go to data, geometry, object, and I can select the Bezier circle here. The handle of the door is a little bit too big, so we can reduce that a little bit. So I will go to the Bezier circle, I go to the front view, I press S and I can reduce a little bit to have something more like this. Okay, so now we need to fill the hole here. So what I will do, I will just press right click, convert to mesh. After I go the more closer, I press tab, I select all the vertices here. As you can see, we have the X-ray mode activated, and we can press F to fill the gap. And after we can exit and go here. I press right click, shade auto smooth to have the correct surface here. And now it's done. So yeah. So I take these two elements, the cylinder and the nerve path. I press Ctrl G to join. And now it's one element. And I can call that handle door. So I can right click and put a shade auto smooth on that. Okay, we have the door, so it's okay. So now we can see the parent of here for the handle door, it will be the door. So I press first the handle door and after the door, right click, and after we can put parent object, the first. So it means when I move the door, the handle door move with that. So it's perfect. So now I take the door, I press tab, I select a segment here, just this one, for example, and maybe this one, sorry. I press Shift S, cursor to select it. I press tab, and after I take the door, I will change the origin to the segment that I have selected. So I press Set Origin, Origin to 3D Cursor. So now if we try rotate, we can press R and Z, and you can see you can open and close the door like this. So it's perfect for the animation. Okay, now we can add some wall also. So I put a 0 to 0, so the door will be in the correct place. So I put first the cursor below, so I can add cursors, the snap here. Shift A, mesh, plane, and after with some view we can adjust that correctly. G, X, sorry, like this. And after it's okay like this, okay. So what I will do, I press tab, I press Ctrl R, I click here just to make a cut, and I will do a second cut. So after I press Ctrl R and I do a second cut here. So I press tab here. So you see we have two lines. So I select the line here and I move a little bit in the correct place, just next of the door. Not too close because we need to open also, but not on the door. So yeah, like this. Okay. And now I will do the wall here. So I press Ctrl R again, I click here, Ctrl R, and I move like here to make the wall. Okay, and I do exactly the same in here, Ctrl R. Okay, and I do exactly the same in the opposite. Okay, the goal is to have some thickness for the wall. So after I select the face here, and we can put the wall. So I will extrude that. So E, Z is already selected, so it's correct. So now we can move a little bit more. So I press Z, G, Z to move a little bit like here. Okay. Maybe it's a little bit too much, so we can move a little bit down. Okay. So now I press extrude to have the end. Okay, and now what I do, so I take this face and this face, we can go to bridge edge loop here, and now it's closed. And now we can do the animation for the door. So I take the door here, so I will select the door. So I go to the output, I put 72, I go to the first image. So 72, it means it will be 3 seconds. So after I go to the 24, I press E, on the door. I go to 48. I press R to make a rotation on the Z, and I press Ctrl to increment minus 80. So I click here, I press E, all channels, and after I go to 72, so it will be the last frame, I go here, I press R, and we do the rotation in Z, and we go to 0 here, and I press E, all channels, and after it will save the animation. So now we can go to 0, and we can play the animation. With spacebar off, you can press play. And that's it for the tutorial. So see you for next tutorial. Thank you, bye.